it's Jenny and I am back. It's been a little while and I'm sorry, but I am back and I do have a book review. This time it is going to be on Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas by Hunter S. Thompson. Now the book that I have just says it's called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but the actual full title of this book is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, A Savage Journey to the Heart of the American Dream. Now this book was first published in 1972, but it originally appeared as a two-part series in Rolling Stone in 1971. This book is quite possibly Hunter S. Thompson's most famous book. Not necessarily his best book, but definitely his most famous one. Everybody has heard of it, and if you haven't read the book, a lot of people have actually seen the film that was made out of the book starring Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. I think it came out in '98. I haven't actually seen the film, but I know a lot of people have and they haven't read the book, which often happens, but either way you may have heard of it. The book is basically written in a gonzo journalism style, and gonzo journalism was created effectively by Hunter S. Thompson. He originally mentioned it in the 1970, I think, in one of his articles, but like only a few pages in, he describes the book as what it's going to be as gonzo journalism at its best. And what gonzo journalism is basically a different form of journalism. It's in the heart of it, writing what you see, the emotions, it's exaggerated, it's what's going on, it's free-flowing, it's right in the centre of it, rather than the standard practice of journalism, which is normally writing on a piece about the facts, kind of detached, not in the centre of it, whereas gonzo is more no holds barred. And that is pretty much the way this is. The book is focused on Hunter S. Thompson's two trips to Las Vegas, part 1 and part 2 of the book, and the first part of the book they are to do a story on the Mint 400 motorbike race, but they kind of give up on that and end up just getting tripped out on drugs. I'm going to read the first paragraph of the book, which I think will give you an indicator of what the whole book is like. We were somewhere around Barstow on the edge of the desert when the drugs began to take hold. And suddenly there was a terrible roar all around us, and the sky was full of what looked like huge bats, all swooping and screeching and diving around the car, which was going about 100 miles an hour with the top down to Las Vegas. That is the first paragraph on the first page of the book, and the whole, if you want to take it at face value, this book is Hunter S. Thompson and his attorney getting completely off their heads on psychedelic drugs under the aliases of Raoul Duke and Dr. Gonzo. The amount of drugs that they have is illustrated in the second page of the book, which just shows how bad it is. The sporting editors had also given me $300 in cash, most of which was already spent on extremely dangerous drugs. The trunk of the car looked like a mobile police narcotics lab. We had 2 bags of grass, 75 pellets of mescaline, 5 sheets of high-powered blotter acid, a salt shaker half full of cocaine, a whole galaxy of multicoloured uppers, downers, screamers, laughters, and also a quart of tequila, a quart of rum, a case of Budweiser, a pint of raw ether, and 2 dozen amyls. That's what they had to work with on their journey. As I said, you can take this on face value, and it's just them tripping out for most of the book, and a crazy trip that it is. And it is hilarious and it's funny, and watching them if you want to look at it like that. And plot wise, there is no plot wise, you're kind of just going along on their crazy trip, and that is fun, and if you want to read it for that, then go ahead. But there is the overlying theme of searching for the American dream and the failure of like 1960s counterculture, basically reminiscing and on the failures of the 1960s, the Vietnam War. It's over, the peace and love hippie vibe, tripping out on psychedelic drugs that was really predominant in the 1960s. It's over, and it's mourning the loss of a society of fuck-ups and failures, and realising that the world that they're in right now is just absolutely shit. It's built on greed and it's lifeless and soulless, and having Las Vegas as the background to that theme, which is built on fake and money and absolute debauchery, mirrors what Hunter S. Thompson is mourning. There's a really great quote at the front of the book, which is, "He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man." And that is basically what he's doing, trying to trip out on drugs to get to a higher plane of understanding and really think about what's going on, which was what the 60s was about. He's tripping out on drugs to mess himself up because he doesn't want to deal with the shit that's going on around him. You can take it as a swan song to the 60s, or you can take it as a drug tripped out book. Either way, it is a good read. I wouldn't say it's amazing. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 myself. If you go on Goodreads, you will see a lot of people giving it 5 out of 5. I don't think it's worth 5 out of 5, but I definitely think it's worth reading, and just for the two things that I've mentioned. One, it is hilarious and just going along with them is great, but also it's a good reflection on the 1970s culture. It's one that I put off reading for ages and finally got it, and I'm glad I have. So I think you should too. I think it's worth reading. So that is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, a savage journey to the heart of the American dream. Yeah. By Hunter S. Thompson. Okay. So that is it. I hope to see you in my next video, which will be soon. I won't disappear for a month again. So I hope you like this. Leave any comments or suggestions for other book reviews down below. Ah, my eye won't stop watering. And I will see you soon. Bye guys.